What if the way you wake up tomorrow could change everything about your life? What if the first few moments after your eyes open held the power to shape your energy, your focus, and the person you become? Imagine standing at the edge of a blank canvas, the day stretching out before you with endless possibility. Every sunrise hands you a gift, but most people overlook it. Most people hit snooze, roll over, and drift into routines that do nothing to move them forward. But you don't have to be most people. You can choose differently. You can start your day with intention, with purpose, with the quiet, unstoppable certainty that today will not just happen to you. You will take it, you will own it, and you will rise. Mornings are sacred because they are untarnished by failure, untouched by yesterday's mistakes, unpolluted by the world's noise. This is your opportunity to reset, to reclaim your power before distractions have a chance to steal it. The first light of day is a declaration. You are alive, and life is waiting for you to act. The choices you make in these early hours echo across every moment that follows. When you rise with clarity and purpose, your mind sharpens, your heart steadies, and your energy ignites. You feel capable of more, confident in your steps, and unstoppable in your pursuit. It's in these hours that the foundation of your dreams is quietly and visibly laid. Think about it. The world is full of people who drift, who let the day dictate their mood, their energy, their productivity. And then there are those who rise, who take control while the world sleeps, who prepare themselves for the battles and opportunities the day will inevitably bring. These people don't rely on motivation alone. They create it, they cultivate it, they command it from the very first moments. And the beauty is, you can do the same. You don't need more hours in the day. You don't need more talent or luck. You need focus, and you need the courage to claim these moments before they slip away. If you stay with me, if you open yourself to the possibility of transformation, you will discover the rituals and habits that make this power real. You will learn how to use your mornings, not just to survive the day, but to dominate it, to set a tone so strong that every task feels lighter, every goal feels reachable, every challenge feels conquerable. By the end of this, you will understand how simple, intentional actions perform consistently, compound into unstoppable momentum. You will feel the shift in your mind, your body, and your spirit, and you will carry it forward hour by hour, day by day, toward the life you were meant to live. This is not about perfection. It's not about waking up flawless every day or having a perfect routine. It's about ownership, about claiming the gift of morning and transforming it into your personal advantage. It's about choosing courage over comfort, action over delay, and possibility over stagnation. The choice is yours. The day is yours. And this moment right now is where your transformation begins. Before you even take a single step out of bed, you have the chance to shape your entire day. The moment your eyes open is more than just the start of another day. It is the first decision you make about who you will be, what you will achieve, and how you will show up in the world. Will you drift through hours reacting to circumstances, or will you rise with purpose, fully aware that every action, every thought, every breath is a choice that moves you closer to your goals? Setting your intention in the morning is like lighting a fire inside yourself, a fire that burns through distraction, doubt, and hesitation. It gives your day direction, clarity, and unstoppable momentum before the world even demands anything from you. Imagine standing in a quiet room, the world still asleep around you, and speaking to yourself with honesty and power. Ask yourself, what matters most today? What will define me as a person before the sun sets? The brain is a machine designed to act on the thoughts and images you give it. When you visualize, when you declare purpose, when you set a clear intention, you prime every part of your mind and body to follow through. Your nervous system aligns with your focus. Your energy surges toward the tasks that matter, and your confidence grows because your mind already sees the path forward. One small moment of intention in the morning ripples outward, shaping decisions, responses, and actions in ways you may not even notice, but the effects are profound and unstoppable. Most people underestimate the power of this single act. They wake up, check messages, scroll through distractions, and wonder why the day feels heavy, unproductive, or unfulfilled. The truth is, momentum doesn't happen by chance. It is created deliberately, consistently, and intentionally. Every moment you spend defining your day before external pressures arrive is a moment you claim control. It is a chance to remind yourself that you are not a passive observer in life. You are the architect. You can choose focus over fatigue, courage over comfort, clarity over confusion, and progress over procrastination. Your intentions are the blueprint for the life you are building. Take a breath and feel it. Feel the strength in deciding today, right now, that you will not drift, that you will take responsibility for your energy, your mindset, and your actions. Feel the satisfaction of knowing that you have the power to define your day before it defines you. Intentions are not empty words. They are commitments to yourself. They create a psychological anchor, giving your mind a reference point, a standard, a promise that aligns your body, your habits, and your decisions. This is how ordinary moments transform into extraordinary days. This is how the people who achieve, who create, who lead, consistently rise above those who wait for motivation to strike. When you speak your intentions, visualize them and feel them, you plant seeds of unstoppable momentum. You are telling yourself and the world that you are ready, that you are capable, that you will not settle for the ordinary when extraordinary is possible. Every sunrise holds the same gifts, the chance to claim your power, your clarity, and your purpose. And every day you embrace this choice, you strengthen the habit that separates those who dream from those who do, those who hope from those who achieve. The moment you decide, you move from being passive to being active, from being reactive to being unstoppable. Your intentions are the spark. Now is the time to ignite. Your body is the vessel that carries every thought, every dream, every intention you set into the world, and it deserves to be fueled with care from the very moment you wake. When you hydrate, when you nourish, when you give your body the energy it craves, you are not just tending to flesh and bone. You are empowering your mind, your focus, and your spirit. The simple act of drinking water first thing, feeling it flow through you, awakening your cells is a declaration you are ready. You are alert. You are alive. And your body, when properly fueled, becomes a partner in your pursuit of greatness, amplifying every ounce of effort you commit to your goals. Consider the science behind it. Your brain is mostly water. Your muscles and organs demand hydration to function at peak performance. And the energy you feel throughout the day depends on the fuel you give your body at the start. Skipping this step is not just neglect. It is quietly sabotaging every intention, every plan, every ambition you have. When you choose to nourish yourself consciously, you are reinforcing the truth that your life is precious, your potential is valuable, and your ability to act decisively is non-negotiable. Every sip, every mindful choice, every moment you feed your body is an investment that compounds into clarity, resilience, and unstoppable momentum. Food is more than survival. It is transformation. The choices you make in the morning echo through your focus, your energy, and your capacity to endure challenge. The breakfast you choose, the way you prepare it, the attention you give to it, signals to your brain that your body is worthy of care, that your goals deserve the energy to match your ambition. This is not indulgence. It is strategy. It is a conscious, tangible way to align mind, body, and purpose. Each bite or sip carries an invisible promise. I will honor myself. I will honor my potential. I will rise and act with power and clarity because I have prepared my body to support my vision. Many underestimate the quiet psychological victory of starting the day with fuel. They rush, they skip, they compromise, and they wonder why motivation falters, why focus drifts, why energy collapses before the day is done. Your body remembers the respect you show it. It responds to the attention, the care, and the discipline you give it in these early hours. You're not just waking up. You're arming yourself, equipping your mind and spirit with the physical foundation required to achieve, to endure, to excel. Imagine the strength coursing through you after a single mindful act of nourishment. Imagine the confidence that comes when your body no longer resists your goals, but supports them at every turn. This is where transformation begins. When intention meets action, when focus meets energy, when your body becomes the engine of your ambition rather than the obstacle. Your morning fuel is more than hydration or calories. It is the first declaration that today you will not stumble. Today you will move. Today you will conquer. And every day you honor your body in this way, you reinforce a cycle of vitality, clarity, and unstoppable power that propels you forward into every challenge and every opportunity that lies ahead. Drink, nourish, awaken. Let the energy surge. Feel the readiness. Your body, aligned with your mind and purpose, is a force. When you treat it as such, there is no limit to what your mornings and your life can achieve. Your body was built for motion, for action, for the kind of energy that fuels every ambition you hold. When you rise and immediately move, you awaken not just your muscles, but your mind, your spirit, your very will to act. Movement ignites your nervous system, floods your brain with clarity, and sets a rhythm of power that echoes through every choice you make that day. Even a few minutes of stretching, a simple walk, or a few deliberate breaths can transform inertia into momentum, weakness into strength, and hesitation into unstoppable drive. The body remembers energy, and when you choose to honor it in motion, you tell yourself something profound. I am capable. I am alive. I am unstoppable. Exercise is not just about aesthetics or fitness. It is about creating a physiological advantage that shapes your mindset. Movement increases dopamine and serotonin, the chemicals of motivation and happiness, and sharpens focus while lowering stress. The very act of rising, stretching, or moving your body first thing sends a signal to your mind that you are ready to engage with life, ready to face challenges, and ready to embrace opportunity. Your body and brain are inseparable allies. When one is awakened, the other follows. This is the quiet power that transforms ordinary mornings into the foundation of extraordinary days. Feel it now, the tension in your muscles releasing, the blood surging, your chest rising and falling with rhythm and intention. With every movement, you are shedding lethargy, breaking through resistance, and claiming command over your day. In these moments, you are not just preparing your body. You are training your mind to associate discipline with reward, action with confidence, and effort with results. Every deliberate movement creates a neural map of possibility, strengthening the circuits that support courage, clarity, and relentless pursuit of your goals. You are literally wiring your mind to succeed before the world demands anything of you. Many people underestimate the power of movement in the early hours. They wake, they linger, they scroll, and they allow inertia to steal their energy before the day even begins. You, however, are choosing differently. You are choosing to rise with intention, to honor your body, and to command your mind. You are choosing to create a morning that fuels momentum rather than drains it. Every push, every stretch, every breath taken with awareness compounds into resilience. Every second you invest in movement pays dividends in focus, confidence, and unstoppable drive that lasts long after the physical act ends. Movement is also the language of courage. Each stretch is a declaration that you will not be held back by fatigue, by doubt, or by fear. Each step, each motion, each conscious breath is a signal to yourself that you are ready to face the day on your own terms. The body does not lie. It reflects the energy you feed it, the focus you demand from it, and the purpose you carry into action. When you move with intention, you align every part of yourself, physical, mental, and emotional, toward the life you are capable of creating. So rise, stretch, move, let the blood flow, let the energy awaken, and let the fire of purpose ignite in every fiber of your being. The body you prepare in these early moments is the vehicle that will carry every intention into reality, every action into progress, and every dream into achievement. This is not just exercise. This is empowerment. This is momentum. This is the unstoppable force you create each morning to conquer everything the day places before you. In the quiet moments after movement, when your body hums with energy and your mind is sharpened, there is a deeper power waiting, stillness. The world outside is noisy, chaotic, and demanding, but in the silence of your morning, you find clarity, you find focus, you find yourself. Meditation, journaling, or simply sitting in mindful reflection is not empty time. It is the time when your mind resets, when your emotions align, and when your priorities crystallize. In these minutes, you strip away distraction, fear, and doubt, and you face the one person who will never leave you, yourself. What you choose to say, feel, and focus on now shapes the trajectory of your entire day. The human mind is built to respond to what it rehearses, to what it observes, and to what it nurtures. In stillness, you teach your brain to recognize calm instead of chaos, control instead of reaction, and purpose instead of drift. Gratitude in these moments rewires your perception, turning ordinary life into a reservoir of opportunity, turning challenges into stepping stones instead of obstacles. Reflection in the morning is like polishing a lens. The clearer it is, the sharper your vision, the more precise your actions. You begin to see not just what the day holds, but who you are capable of becoming in it. Close your eyes for a moment and feel the rhythm of your breath, the rise and fall of your chest, the pulse in your veins. This is not just life passing through you. This is your power awakening. When you dedicate even 5 minutes to intentional silence, you activate the prefrontal cortex, the seat of decision-making, self-control, and strategic thinking. You give yourself the ability to respond rather than react, to choose rather than drift, and to create rather than wait. Every thought you cultivate, here, every focus you set, primes your mind to act with clarity, confidence, and courage for the hours ahead. Many people underestimate this step, mistaking busyness for progress. They fill the morning with noise, distractions, and external pressures and wonder why the day feels scattered, unproductive, and exhausting. The truth is that momentum without clarity is wasted energy. Power without direction is chaos. Stillness is the lens that focuses your power, the anchor that grounds your energy, and the foundation that allows all other actions, movement, intention, planning, to compound into extraordinary results. This is where transformation begins at the deepest level. In stillness, you confront doubt without fear, you recognize opportunity without hesitation, and you strengthen resilience without struggle. You train your mind to be present, your emotions to be steady, and your actions to be deliberate. You are no longer at the mercy of circumstance or distraction. You are in command. You are aware. You are alive with purpose. Let this quiet fuel you. Let it remind you of your strength, your clarity, and your potential. Let it anchor your mind, sharpen your focus, and align your energy with the life you are determined to create. Every breath in stillness is a reminder that you control your inner world, and every day you harness this power, your outer world shifts in response. This is not simply meditation. This is mastery. This is momentum. This is the invisible, unshakable force that propels you forward, ready to face any challenge, seize every opportunity, and claim the life you were born to live. The words you speak to yourself in the morning shape the reality you will inhabit for the rest of the day. Affirmations are not empty phrases. They are declarations of intent, statements that rewire your mind, strengthen your belief in your capabilities, and anchor your confidence before the world has a chance to challenge it. When you look in the mirror and say, I am capable, I am strong, I am focused, your brain begins to accept these truths as reality. Every repetition, every conviction-filled declaration is a seed planted in the soil of your subconscious, growing into unwavering belief and unstoppable action. The power of affirmations lies in their ability to bypass doubt and hesitation. Fear and uncertainty are natural, but when you deliberately choose your words, you reprogram the circuits that would otherwise hold you back. Science confirms that self-talk changes brain activity, activating neural pathways associated with motivation, focus, and resilience. You are literally shaping the biology of your mind with the language you choose. Each morning, the words you speak create a ripple effect, influencing your perception, your decisions, and your actions. They determine whether you approach the day with courage or retreat into comfort. Feel the impact now. Let the words resonate in your body, your chest rising with each affirmation, your mind absorbing the certainty they bring. When spoken aloud, they become commands, signals to your mind and body that you are ready for challenge, ready for opportunity, ready for growth. When repeated with emotion, they become conviction. You are not simply saying words, you are telling yourself that limitation does not define you, that fear will not control you, and that your potential is limitless. This is the psychological advantage that separates those who drift through life from those who consistently rise, act, and conquer. Most people underestimate the subtle force of morning affirmations. They wake up and allow the world to define their worth, their energy, and their focus. They react to circumstances, expectations, and challenges rather than shaping their own reality. But when you take ownership of your inner dialogue, you take ownership of your day, your energy, and ultimately your life. Affirmations are not about pretending to be something you are not. They are about reminding yourself of what is already true, what is already possible, and what you are capable of becoming when you act with intention. These words are more than motivation. They are strategy. They are mental rehearsal for the strength, clarity, and courage required to face the day. They prime your mind to notice opportunity, to act decisively, and to persist when obstacles arise. With every repetition, you reinforce resilience, sharpen focus, and ignite the inner fire that propels you toward excellence. You are training your mind to align with your intentions, your energy, and your purpose, creating a foundation that no external circumstance can shake. Speak them, feel them, own them. Let the affirmations echo through your body, resonate in your mind, and anchor your spirit. Let them be the launch pad for every decision, every action, and every victory that will define your day. When you commit to this practice, you are no longer at the mercy of uncertainty, doubt, or distraction. You are aligned, you are focused, you are ready, and this alignment, this certainty, this inner conviction is what transforms ordinary mornings into extraordinary momentum that carries you forward, unstoppable, into the life you are meant to claim. Clarity without action is wasted energy, and intention without direction is wasted potential. Planning and prioritizing your morning is the step where focus transforms into results. When you take the time to identify your most important tasks, to define what truly matters, you create a roadmap that channels your energy with precision. The brain craves structure. It thrives on purpose. By deciding in advance what will command your attention, you remove uncertainty, eliminate hesitation, and align your day with your goals before the world begins to pull you in 1,000 directions. This is how ordinary people drift while extraordinary people dominate. Think about the power of focus. One clear task done with complete attention is worth more than a dozen scattered attempts. By choosing your priorities intentionally, you activate the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for decision-making, impulse control, and sustained attention. Each task you identify becomes a beacon, guiding your actions and fueling confidence. Every completed action releases a surge of dopamine, reinforcing momentum and building the belief that you are capable, disciplined, and unstoppable. The simple act of planning is the difference between drifting through the day and commanding it. Visualize it, the clarity of knowing exactly what must be done, the satisfaction of moving from one task to the next without doubt, the energy that comes from aligned focus. Your morning plan is more than a checklist. It is a strategy for victory. It is the blueprint that turns ambition into action, goals into progress, and intention into tangible results. Every decision you make flows from this foundation. Every choice becomes easier, every step more purposeful, and every obstacle less intimidating because you are operating with clarity and control. Many people underestimate the psychological advantage of a morning plan. They wake up, scatter their energy across trivialities, and wonder why progress feels slow, why goals feel distant, why motivation fades. Without a clear map, the mind drifts, distractions multiply, and potential leaks away unnoticed. But when you commit to intentional planning, you reclaim your mental bandwidth, protect your focus, and ensure that your energy is spent on what truly matters. This is the discipline that separates those who achieve from those who merely wish. Planning is also the act of self-respect. By giving your day structure, you tell yourself that your time, your energy, and your goals are worth defending. You acknowledge that distractions are real, but not more powerful than your commitment to progress. You create a psychological framework that supports achievement, resilience, and unstoppable momentum. The clarity you generate is like a compass, pointing unwaveringly towards success, even when challenges arise or pressure mounts. So define your priorities. Decide what matters most. Set the stage for your day with intention and precision. Align your mind, your energy, and your actions toward the outcomes you desire. The plan you create in these early moments is not just about productivity. It is about commanding your life, honoring your potential, and ensuring that every choice you make propels you closer to the extraordinary life you are capable of building. With clarity and focus in place, momentum becomes inevitable, and the path to success becomes undeniable. The information you feed your mind in the morning determines the quality of your thoughts, the focus of your energy, and the level of courage you carry into every decision. Consuming positive, inspiring inputs before the world demands your attention is not optional. It is essential. The first ideas, the first images, and the first words your brain encounters set the tone for the hours ahead. Reading a passage of wisdom, listening to a motivating message, or engaging with material that expands your mind primes your neural pathways for clarity, confidence, and unstoppable action. The mind is malleable. And what you expose it to becomes the lens through which you interpret your day, your opportunities, and yourself. When you deliberately choose positive inputs, you gain control over your mental environment. Most people wake up and allow negativity, distraction, and endless noise to shape their mood and energy. They scroll through social media, check messages, or absorb news that triggers stress, doubt, and fear. And then they wonder why they feel tired, unfocused, or overwhelmed before the day even begins. But when you choose wisely, when you select growth, knowledge, and inspiration, you are building a foundation of strength, resilience, and focus. You are equipping yourself with the mental tools necessary to act decisively, to persist relentlessly, and to achieve relentlessly. Feel the difference in your mind when you consume material that elevates rather than diminishes. Notice the clarity that comes when your thoughts are aligned with growth instead of distraction. Imagine starting every day with your attention fully yours, unbroken, unshaken, and focused on what truly matters. This is how momentum compounds. Every inspiring input strengthens neural pathways associated with confidence, courage, and proactive action. Every positive thought generates emotional energy that fuels every decision, every interaction, and every step toward your goals. The psychology is undeniable. The brain mirrors the ideas it is exposed to. When you consume content that ignites curiosity, ambition, and clarity, your mind begins to act as if success is inevitable. Your perception sharpens, your confidence grows, and your ability to solve problems and seize opportunity increases. This is the invisible force that separates those who drift through life from those who rise with unstoppable focus, creativity, and courage. Positive inputs in the morning are not simply motivation. They are a strategic advantage, a psychological weapon, and a consistent amplifier of your potential. Every choice you make about what you consume reinforces the direction of your day. By feeding your mind with inspiration, knowledge, and insight, you are refusing to let the world dictate your energy, mood, or focus. You are reclaiming control over your inner world, anchoring yourself in positivity and preparing your mind to act with clarity and conviction. Your mornings become a sanctuary, a launch pad, a place where your mind, body, and spirit are aligned toward action and achievement. So choose deliberately. Fill your early hours with ideas, words, and messages that empower you. Protect your focus, sharpen your mind, and ignite your energy. Every thought you nurture becomes a force that propels you forward. Every moment you commit to positive input compounds into resilience, clarity, and unstoppable momentum. Your mind is fertile ground. Plant seeds of growth and watch your life transform. Your environment is not just a backdrop to your life. It is a mirror that reflects your energy, your focus, and your potential. Every object, every surface, every corner influences your thoughts, your emotions, and your ability to act with clarity. When your space is cluttered, chaotic, or disorganized, it sends signals to your brain that mirror confusion, distraction, and fatigue. But when your environment is intentionally arranged, clean, and aligned with purpose, it becomes a silent partner in your pursuit of success. It reinforces discipline, focus, and momentum before you even take your first deliberate action. Consider the psychological impact of order. Your brain processes visual cues constantly, and chaos in your surroundings creates subtle tension that drains energy and diminishes focus. A clean, organized space signals to your mind that you are in control, that your intentions are serious, and that your day is designed to achieve results. This is the invisible force that shapes behavior, fuels confidence, and supports every goal you pursue. Each morning, the simple act of arranging your surroundings is a declaration. You are ready to act, ready to think clearly, and ready to take on the day with purpose. Notice the subtle shift that comes when you create order around you. The air feels lighter, your mind sharper, your energy steadier. The act of making your bed, clearing surfaces, or tidying a small corner is more than a task. It is a ritual of empowerment. It reinforces that you are a person who values clarity, who takes ownership of your life, and who refuses to allow chaos to dictate your focus. Every movement in service of order builds confidence, reinforces discipline, and generates momentum that carries forward into every decision and every action. Many people underestimate the impact of their environment on their mindset. They wake up, enter cluttered spaces, and wonder why they feel scattered, unfocused, or unmotivated. The truth is that external chaos breeds internal chaos. Your surroundings are extensions of your mind, and when they are aligned with clarity, focus, and purpose, they amplify every morning ritual you perform. When your environment supports your intentions, your mind follows suit, and your energy becomes a force that moves you toward achievement rather than stagnation. The environment you cultivate each morning also serves as a reinforcement of self-respect. When you care for your space, you are signaling to yourself that your goals, your focus, and your potential are worth protecting. You are establishing a foundation where clarity reigns, distractions are minimized, and energy is directed toward meaningful action. This is not a superficial habit. It is a strategic choice, a psychological anchor, and a daily investment in your own success. Take control of your surroundings. Align them with your intentions. Let your environment reflect the clarity, focus, and discipline you seek to cultivate within yourself. Each morning, the space you create is a stage on which your day unfolds. When it's ordered, intentional, and aligned with purpose, your mind sharpens, your energy steadies, and your momentum accelerates. Your environment becomes an ally, silently supporting every choice, every action, and every victory you claim. It is more than organization. It is empowerment, clarity, and a catalyst for unstoppable progress. Purpose is the compass that guides every choice, every action, and every moment of effort. Without it, even the most disciplined routines lose their meaning, and the energy you cultivate can dissipate into directionless motion. When you connect with your why, when you anchor yourself in the deeper reason behind your ambitions, you transform every morning ritual into fuel for transformation. Purpose is not a vague concept. It is the emotional and psychological engine that drives you to push past discomfort, uncertainty, and fear. It is the force that makes you unstoppable. Ask yourself, why do you wake up each day? Who will benefit from your energy, your focus, and your commitment? What impact will you create today, no matter how small, that moves you closer to the life you are meant to lead? Purpose is the answer to these questions, and when you hold it consciously in the morning, it aligns your body, mind, and emotions. It transforms tasks from burdens into stepping stones, obstacles into opportunities, and effort into progress. Your purpose is a force multiplier. It amplifies momentum, resilience, and confidence in ways that routines alone cannot achieve. Psychology confirms that meaning-driven motivation is far more powerful and sustainable than reliance on willpower alone. When your actions are tied to a compelling why, your brain releases chemicals that increase energy, focus, and persistence. You are less likely to procrastinate, less likely to succumb to distraction, and more likely to act with deliberate courage. Purpose acts as an internal compass, guiding every decision, every movement, and every thought with clarity and intensity. It transforms your morning from a sequence of habits into a deliberate, high-impact strategy for achievement. Feel it now, the fire in your chest, the clarity in your mind, the conviction that every step you take today has significance. Purpose anchors you when challenges arise, giving you the psychological strength to persist, the emotional resilience to endure, and the focus to act decisively. When your intentions, your habits, and your energy are aligned with meaning, you are unstoppable. Ordinary effort becomes extraordinary, simple actions compound into significant results, and every morning becomes a launch pad for transformation. Many people underestimate the necessity of this alignment. They perform tasks mechanically, go through routines without intention, and wonder why their results feel shallow, incomplete, or fleeting. Without purpose, energy dissipates, motivation falters, and even the most disciplined actions lose power. But when you start your day with clear, emotionally charged purpose, your actions gain weight, your decisions gain precision, and your momentum becomes irresistible. Purpose turns the mundane into extraordinary, the routine into a force for progress, and your mornings into the proving ground for excellence. Connect with it now. Let your purpose be vivid, immediate, and emotionally compelling. Let it guide your intentions, fuel your energy, and sharpen your focus. Let it remind you that your life, your choices, and your efforts matter. Purpose is the ignition of unstoppable momentum, the anchor of clarity, and the foundation of resilience. When you embrace it fully, your mornings cease to be ordinary. They become the launching point for courage, transformation, and achievement that resonates through every hour of your day. You are no longer merely rising. You are rising with meaning, with direction, and with unstoppable power. Action is the bridge between intention and reality. All the clarity, focus, and purpose you cultivate in the morning only becomes power when it is translated into movement, into doing. Thinking, planning, and visualizing are essential, but they are incomplete without execution. The first step you take toward your most important task is more than progress. It is a declaration that you refuse to be passive, that you refuse to wait for circumstances to dictate your life, and that you are fully committed to turning potential into achievement. Action transforms energy into momentum and intention into results. Feel the weight and the significance of this moment. Every deliberate action, no matter how small, signals to your brain that you are capable, that you are committed, and that your effort matters. Neuroscience shows that taking action activates neural pathways associated with confidence, motivation, and reward. One completed step reinforces your capacity for the next. One courageous move strengthens the habit of courage. Momentum compounds, and the first action of the morning sets the tone for the rest of the day, making what once seemed difficult or intimidating suddenly achievable and within reach. Many people delay, waiting for motivation, clarity, or perfect conditions. They wait for a sign from the world instead of creating the signal themselves. Every moment spent waiting is energy lost, opportunity wasted, and potential unrealized. The truth is that momentum does not come from playing alone. It comes from doing. Action validates intention. Action converts ideas into tangible progress. Action trains the mind and body to expect movement, achievement, and forward momentum as natural states rather than exceptions. Visualize yourself now taking that first meaningful step, the one that aligns with your priorities, your purpose, and your intentions. Feel the surge of energy, the alignment of body and mind, the psychological boost that comes from proving to yourself that you are capable. That small act creates a ripple effect through your day, shaping decisions, accelerating progress, and fortifying belief. Each subsequent task feels lighter. Each challenge becomes more manageable, and your confidence grows because you have demonstrated tangibly that you can act, that you can overcome, and that you can produce results. Action is also the antidote to fear. Fear thrives in inaction, grows in hesitation, and diminishes in the face of decisive movement. The moment you act, the grip of doubt weakens. Every step forward is proof that limitation is optional, that resistance can be overcome, and that your potential is far greater than the obstacles before you. Courage is not a feeling, it is a behavior. By choosing to act in the early hours, you condition yourself to embrace challenge, seize opportunity, and persist relentlessly long before the world has demanded anything from you. So act. Take the first step toward your most important goal today, right now. Transform intention into movement, clarity into results, and potential into achievement. Let your actions compound, let your momentum build, and let your morning become the launch pad for unstoppable progress. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary lies in this very choice. To rise with purpose and then to act without hesitation, to move decisively and to claim the day is yours. Every action you take now is an investment in the unstoppable momentum that will define not just your morning, but your life. Reflection is the compass that ensures your momentum is purposeful, your actions meaningful, and your growth continuous. Taking time to pause at the end of the morning to assess what has been achieved, what worked, and what could be improved is not indulgence, it is mastery. The act of reflecting strengthens your self-awareness, reinforces your successes, and transforms mistakes into data for improvement. When you intentionally review your progress, your brain begins to recognize patterns, refine strategies, and optimize behavior, making each day more effective than the last. Feel the power of this practice. Every thought you record, every insight you acknowledge becomes a tool for future action. Reflection turns the abstract energy of intention into concrete lessons and actionable understanding. It strengthens your ability to adapt, to correct course, and to make decisions with confidence. The morning's efforts are amplified because reflection consolidates momentum, transforming fleeting activity into sustainable progress. The more consistent your reflection, the more your mind becomes attuned to what truly drives results and what drains energy, allowing you to navigate each day with precision and clarity. Most people overlook reflection, rushing through life without evaluating their own actions or considering their growth. They move from task to task, from obligation to obligation, without harnessing the lessons embedded in their experiences. The result is scattered effort, lost energy, and stagnation disguised as busyness. But when you pause deliberately, you reclaim control over your development. You measure your actions against your intentions, identify gaps, and strengthen habits that align with your purpose. Reflection converts repetition into mastery and effort into progress, ensuring that every morning becomes a building block toward extraordinary achievement. Visualize yourself taking these moments seriously, recording insights, acknowledging accomplishments, and pinpointing areas to improve. Feel the psychological shift as your brain rewards focus, consistency, and self-honesty with clarity, confidence, and momentum. Every note, every mental observation, every moment of introspection deepens your connection to your goals, sharpens your decision-making, and reinforces the alignment between your intentions and your actions. Reflection is the tool that turns ordinary routines into deliberate strategies for success, embedding lessons into the neural architecture of your mind. Reflection also builds resilience. When challenges arise, when outcomes deviate from expectation, you are equipped with perspective, understanding, and strategy. You no longer react blindly to circumstances, you respond intelligently. Your ability to adapt, to persist, and to act with precision is strengthened because reflection has created an internal map of what works, what doesn't, and how to proceed. Every morning practice, every decision, and every action is magnified because it is viewed through the lens of deliberate analysis and conscious improvement. So pause, evaluate, record your insights, honor your successes, recognize opportunities for growth. By embedding reflection into your morning ritual, you are not only ensuring that your energy and effort are aligned with your purpose, you are also training your mind to learn, to adapt, and to progress relentlessly. Reflection transforms routine into strategy, intention into mastery, and momentum into unstoppable forward motion. Every morning becomes a laboratory of self-mastery, a place where your growth is intentional, your progress measurable, and your trajectory unstoppable. Gratitude is the force that transforms ordinary mornings into extraordinary foundations for fulfillment, resilience, and unstoppable momentum. When you actively focus on what you are thankful for, your brain shifts from scarcity to abundance, from fear to confidence, from distraction to clarity. Gratitude is not a passive feeling. It is a conscious, deliberate act that rewires your mind, strengthens emotional resilience, and amplifies energy. In the first moments of the day, acknowledging the people, opportunities, and capabilities you already possess creates a psychological advantage that carries you forward with power and focus. Consider the effect of gratitude on your biology and mind. Research shows that gratitude activates neural pathways associated with happiness, motivation, and stress reduction. Your body responds with lower cortisol, improved energy, and increased readiness to engage with the world. Your mind becomes sharper, your decisions more deliberate, and your emotional state more resilient. Gratitude primes your brain to notice opportunity, to embrace challenge, and to act decisively. It is the invisible fuel that transforms intention, focus, and action into lasting impact. Feel it now. Take a moment to reflect on what you already have, the life you inhabit, the abilities you possess, the experiences that have shaped your resilience. Let each acknowledgement create a surge of energy, a quiet confidence, and an unshakable sense of worth. Gratitude is a bridge from potential to action. It reminds you that you are not starting from nothing, that you have already overcome, and that you possess the tools, strength, and insight to rise even higher today. When your morning begins in this state of appreciation, everything you do is amplified, every action gains momentum, and every challenge becomes an opportunity for growth. Many people overlook gratitude, seeing it as a passive or optional practice. They focus solely on what is lacking, what is stressful, or what is uncertain, and they wonder why motivation falters, why focus drifts, why mornings feel heavy. But gratitude is a cognitive reset. It transforms perspective, builds emotional resilience, and creates psychological momentum. It is the internal compass that keeps you aligned with your purpose, your intentions, and your highest potential. Every morning you practice it, you reinforce a mindset of abundance, strength, and unstoppable drive. Gratitude also deepens connection to yourself, to your goals, and to the world around you. When you recognize the resources, people, and opportunities that support your growth, you are reminded that progress is a collaborative effort, that your actions have ripple effects, and that you are capable of influencing outcomes positively. Gratitude reinforces responsibility, strengthens focus, and enhances clarity, allowing you to operate at peak mental and emotional performance. It transforms the simple act of waking up into a declaration of readiness, alignment, and power. So begin each morning with appreciation. Recognize what is present, honor your capabilities, and acknowledge the opportunities before you. Let gratitude become the psychological fuel that amplifies your intentions, sharpens your focus, and strengthens your resilience. By embedding it into your morning ritual, you create a foundation of clarity, energy, and unstoppable momentum. Gratitude is not just a feeling. It is a strategic choice, a mindset, and a force that transforms your mornings, your actions, and ultimately your life. Consistency is the force that transforms intention into results, momentum into mastery, and fleeting effort into lasting transformation. It is not enough to act with purpose, focus, and energy once or occasionally. True power is built when you commit to performing the right actions every morning, day after day, without exception. Consistency rewires your brain, strengthens habits, and creates a psychological framework that makes progress inevitable. Every repetition compounds, every deliberate practice reinforces your potential, and every day of commitment solidifies the foundation of your success. Consider the effect of consistency on your mind and body. Neuroscience confirms that repeated behaviors strengthen neural pathways, making desired actions automatic, effortless, and reliable. Each morning you rise with intention, move your body, fuel your mind, and act with purpose. You reinforce the neurological circuits that support discipline, focus, and resilience. The brain begins to expect productivity, clarity, and courage as natural states rather than exceptions. Over time, this creates an unstoppable engine of forward momentum that no distraction, challenge, or obstacle can derail. Feel the power of this truth. Every small act performed consistently becomes a building block of transformation. Every habit cultivated, every morning ritual practice, every intentional action repeated strengthens not only your capacity to perform, but also your belief in your ability to achieve. Momentum is not a momentary surge. It is a force that compounds over time, generated by repeated, deliberate, focused effort. Consistency turns energy into results, clarity into strategy, and intention into impact. Many people underestimate the transformative force of consistency. They wait for bursts of motivation, believing that occasional effort is enough. They start and stop, yielding to distraction or delay, and they wonder why results are slow, goals remain distant, and potential feels untapped. The truth is that excellence is rarely born from intensity alone. It is forged through disciplined repetition, unwavering commitment, and the cumulative power of steady, deliberate action. Consistency transforms ordinary mornings into extraordinary foundations, shaping every day, every decision, and every outcome. Consistency is also a declaration of self-respect and ownership. When you show up for yourself every morning, regardless of how you feel, you send a clear message: your goals, your growth, and your potential are non-negotiable. You demonstrate that your energy, your focus, and your discipline are under your control, and that external circumstances will not dictate your progress. Every morning you perform the right actions, even imperfectly. You are reinforcing resilience, building confidence, and creating unstoppable momentum that carries into every aspect of your life. Commit to this rhythm, show up for yourself consistently, and let your mornings become the launch pad for lasting transformation. Let repeated actions solidify your habits, reinforce your focus, and amplify your momentum. Understand that every day you honor your commitment to deliberate, purposeful effort, you are compounding power, building resilience, and shaping the extraordinary life you are capable of living. Consistency is the engine. Your morning ritual is the fuel. Together, they make progress inevitable, results unstoppable, and transformation unavoidable.